Hey peeps, welcome to another video. I am in my sister-in-law's fabric storage and cutting out room because she has moved her sewing station out into the conservatory. She did mention that things had gotten a little bit out of control back here. I piped up with, can I organise it for you? And she said yes. And she's at work today, so she has left me alone. Well, Mum's here as well, but she's left us alone here, unsupervised, with fabric. We are going to sort it out, or we're going to try and sort it out. Let me show you what we're dealing with. So according to Nia herself, Nia has said this, there is no rhyme and reason to this. It's just stuffed in. There are bits of fabric on chairs. I mean, this is, you know, how I work as well. Projects get put into piles on chairs and things like that, any available surface. But I feel the need to colour coordinate and that was Mum, and fabric coordinate the stash. So that's what we're going to do. So I stupidly did not bring my tripod with me. I've got my mini tripod, my mini handheld one. So you're currently on the Monstera leaf plant stand as you were for the fabric haul the other day. Mum has very kindly offered to come and help. She's behind the camera currently, but she's very good at folding fabric so that they fit into these things. Because I wasn't really going to do that. I was just going to take everything out, put it in piles of like-minded fabrics and then colour organise it and shove it back in. But Mum's here, so it might end up getting done like actually properly. who knows, but I think the first thing that we should do, Mum, oh, she's coming around, she's working her way around. I think the first thing that we should do is take it all out, okay, and sort it into piles and then work out where it's going to go back in. Okay, but before we start doing that, let's take a before shot so we've got a before and after for the thumbnail. So ta-da! You're not, all I can see is your hands. There you go. Ta-da! Okay, so time lapse for you, and we'll put on an audiobook or something and then maybe start waffling. This is really, really reckless of her. Yeah. She might end up with no fabric at all by the end of this. You have been warned! Okay, so as I mentioned, the first thing that we decided to do was take an entire cube out and then separate it into the different types of fabric that Nia has. So the knits, the viscoses, the polyesters, cottons, etc, etc. So once we'd got one cube out and separated out, we went on to the next one and the next one and the next one until I thought we had enough to fill a cube back up. For example, the first one we did was the knit fabrics, and then we found more knit fabric. And then we found a little bit more knit fabric. So it probably wasn't the best of ideas because we did have to rejig the colour order a couple of times. But in the end, it worked out quite well. And we think we have guesstimated what each fabric is. Might have got some of them wrong, but as I didn't buy them, I'm not 100% sure what each one was. There were a lot that I recognised. There were a lot that I have sent Nia. There were a lot that I have kind of persuaded Nia to purchase. So there were quite a few that I recognised, but there were a few that I didn't. It was the viscoses that made me exercise the most self-control. I think there were at least 4 or 5 that I could quite easily have adopted for her, and I'm saying that with air quotes. Yeah, I totally could have taken home about 4 or 5 of her viscose fabrics. There were a couple of the denims that I really liked as well, but there wasn't quite enough of those for me to work out exactly what I do with them. It also became really apparent as we were doing this, the colour palette that Nia favours. All of the blues through to the purples and mauves, with a splash of red every now and again, some deep greens, and the occasional little hint of chocolatey brown, which was quite interesting, although I think I might have given Nia the chocolatey brown, so it might just be muslin fodder. But it was very interesting putting the fabrics colours together and also the patterns, very much like me and Mum, and a fan of florals, leaves, feathers, birds and solids. So yeah, it was an interesting exercise in seeing what somebody else is drawn to. All in all, I very much enjoyed doing this. I could definitely see hiring myself out as a stash organiser, although I'm not sure again if I would be able to restrain myself and not adopt fabrics and take them home with me. I mean, obviously I would never actually do that, but so many pretties. It probably wouldn't ever end up making me any money because I'd end up with a shopping list at the end of each session that I would then have to go and purchase a fabric that I've fallen in love with. It was a really fun project to do. Very glad that Mum agreed to help me, and very glad that Nia actually agreed to let me have free rein in her stash. So thank you, Nia, and thank you, Mum.
One eternity later.
You're gonna have to forgive the lighting because we just got the dining room overhead light on, but it's looking so much better. But we do have a giant bag of stuff that's going into the poof, and then we have giant piles of stuff on the floor that are decent sized scraps, but I'm not sure what she's going to make with them. So we're trying to make some piles on the table for her to have a look through when she comes home, to be like, yeah, just stuff it in the poof, or I will use this. And there is a cubby hole down the end that we can move the drinks out of up, so that there will be a cubby hole left, or although I think there's at least 3 cubby holes worth of stuff. But look how tidy, look how tidy. I'm gonna go and sit down and have a drink and come back to it in a bit. Okay, so we've got 2 piles of knit scraps that could be used for neck bands and cuffs, and then 2 piles of decent sized pieces that can't be tops, but I agree that are too big to get rid of. And then we have a giant bag of stuff that I'm going to go and restuff her closet case poof with. Then Nia can decide what she wants to do with these, and we're just ignoring the bag that we just discovered down there full of also scraps. So hopefully that was helpful for Nia. We've kind of tried to organise it into fabric types and then colour order from there to make some sort of sense, and I will tell her what that sense is later. So fingers crossed that was helpful. We'll have to ask her later when she comes home what she thinks.
2 hours later.
Hey twin!
Hey! Hey, Jan.
What do you think?
I love it. It's very organised.
Are you going to be able to find anything?
Yes.
She's hopeful. She's hopeful. She did. I mean, I have to say, she did say I could do this. I'm not. I didn't. Yes. We didn't just.
Absolutely did.
We didn't just kind of like.
I think that might be my.
I hoped it
That's
was.
the right cotton.
I hoped it was. I thought
Yeah.
I'd put it in the right place.
It's that one.
That was
Sorry.
it. This is the cotton pile. That's the
It
lining
is,
one
because
over.
that's just freshly washed. You can still
Yes.
smell the fairy on it.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute.
I don't know.
Get it right side facing out.
How long do you think this is going to last?
It should be alright actually.
Now that it's been done.
Now that it's been done, because I tend to sort of buy fabric and just sort of
Right.
and shove it in.
Okay.
But I keep spotting things that I'd forgotten I had.
I didn't.
Like 5 metres of stretchy black crushed velvet. What possessed me?
Who am I to? There was only a few in the viscose that nearly came home with me.
Yeah.
The navy one with the leaves and the parrots on it.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is nice.
That very nearly came
I
home
think
with
you
me.
made me buy that.
I definitely made you buy this one.
Yes, you definitely made me buy
And
that
I was
one.
surprised that you got the white one. I thought you were going to get the navy.
No, I went for the white.
Yeah.
That's, guess what that's going to be?
Sufi
A
sandal?
Sophie sundress.
Nice. Nice.
Well, it's nice because it's nice and linen-y.
But you're happy?
Yes, very much so.
This is good.
I forgot I had my black cobra corsage. I need to do something
Yes.
with
And you've got, there's
that.
your,
There's my specials.
yeah, and then there's some.
Look, she's trying to hide my new fabric
No,
from me.
no,
She's
no.
hoping I'll forget it's
They're
there.
in colour order. They are in colour. We did attempt colour order. Sorry,
Who
my
sent
camera
me-
work is.
Who sent this? Somebody sent it to you, and then I loved it so much they let me have it. They said you can give it to
I think
her.
it was Suki, or it might have been Kay.
Somebody like that.
Yeah.
But I still haven't got
Cut.
the gumption to cut into it.
Yeah.
Because what if I ruin it?
You won't.
I might though.
You won't. There was enough of that one for a top, we thought.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. Anyway, we've had a lot of fun. So thank you very much letting us fabric
Sleep here
fondle.
tonight.
So yeah, I will see you all probably. Oh, we're going to Sherwood's tomorrow, so I'm going to take you with us for that.
Some of us are going to work.
Yeah, she's got to go work.
Some of us have got to keep the NHS afloat.
But I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I shall see you all very soon. Bye.